Bonjour, je m'appelle Brian Vincent. This is another episode of The Kingdom. During the episodes and online emails, we tend to get a lot of questions from students, some of our mentees, investors. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to get some of those questions out on a broad form. One of the questions that we get a lot is that how do you build up wealth? A lot of you have seen some of the intro videos for the Kingdom or on my website, and you've seen a lot of things that I've done. You see that I've worked at a lot of different companies like Pulte Homes or Syntex and NASA. You've seen I've been able to become a multi-millionaire, self-made within real estate. So a lot of questions come around on how you build that wealth. I think the biggest thing that you can do to build that wealth is be what I call a transactional engineer. When you're sending out real estate leads or you are investing in property or maybe you're a realtor, commercial, residential, you need to have a lot of different skills and have a lot of different ways to, per se, skin that cat, if you will. Whether it be from residential properties coming in that you're fixing and flipping, maybe you're turning those properties into rentals, maybe it's a rental property that is intended to be maybe a lower single family, and you realize the best thing to do to that property is to turn into maybe a Airbnb or a nightly rental type investment. Which actually brings me to another program that we actually have coming out. It really teaches individuals, and especially new investors, how to really stair-step yourself into a very wealthy situation. In that particular program, we're talking about how one of my first investments in Atlanta, Georgia, was investing in a mobile home. So being able to buy that mobile home, put very little money into that property, fix and flip that property and have a 5-figure return, take that money from that mobile home investment, put that money into a single family flip, have a bigger return that was more about $30,000 from the fix and flip of that single family home. Take that single family home, put that money into a small multi-family property. And again, you're starting to get into some of the cash flow, a lot of the things that we like here on the Grant Cardone Network, some of the multi-family properties, being able to fix and flip that for a 6-figure profit. And then when you get to that situation, you have a little more capital to work with. You can actually start getting to situations where you're putting a little of that money down and you're buying something that's maybe a 20 to 40 unit, or you can be in situations where you can actually private lend some of that money out. And it allows you to go bigger and bigger and bigger until it becomes more profitable. Which actually brings me to another segment. If you guys are watching, maybe you've seen the segment where we talk about Kingdom Firm Key West, which is a 8,000 square foot property, 10 bedrooms, sits on 4 acres, that's about 30 miles south of here. That is really the evidence of going from that mobile home to that single family flip, to that bigger multi-family flip, to going to a situation where we are in the process of selling a Airbnb that generates over $300,000 a year in net profit. So it really goes back to being able to realize what is the end goal. I mean, obviously, end goal is to build wealth, is to build massive cash flow, but you really need a way to stair-step, because sometimes it is hard to go straight for a 100-unit multifamily property or go for a large commercial building. But if you have a plan and you write your goals down daily, like everyone here on this program talks about, you can actually know that your goal is to be a millionaire at the end, or a multimillionaire, and perhaps a billionaire, and you know the different type of investments that you need to do to get to that point. So again, if you guys want more information of really how to become a multimillionaire, to build that wealth, to really bank your dough and really get some cash flow coming, you can follow me at I am Brian Vincent, really just at I am Brian Vincent. You can Google that or go to iambrianvincent.com and you'll learn a little bit more about how to really stair-step your wealth, to build massive cash flow in order to build more equity, as well as to get what your end goals are, is to really build cash flow and build massive equity. Again, this is Brian Vincent. I really appreciate you guys joining me on another episode of The Kingdom, and hopefully you tune in next time. Thank you.